Hi, my name is Charm and welcome. I am here today with Mr. Paul Melkebeke, who is the president for Samsonite International, EMEA and the Middle East.
Thank you for having me here and thanks for the invitation.
Thank you so much for being here today. And what brings you to Oman?
Well, we have the first physical meeting with a lot of our partners in Asia, more specifically in the Middle East. We have had our limitations to travel. We could not travel for a long time. And I'm so happy that finally we could organize a physical meeting, not the typical Teams or Zoom meetings, but sit physically in the same room, see the body language, talking with the people, and after the meetings also enjoying a nice dinner to talk and get to know each other and say hello again.
I like that. Yes, I completely understand what you mean there. And obviously post-COVID, there's been a lot of changes. And how has that been for your industry, for your market?
Well, needless to say that COVID had a big impact on our industry. And in the meantime, it started here in this region in January of 2020. And we very soon realized as a company, as an organization, that this was going to have a deep impact. Now, for our company, this is not the first time that we are confronted with a crisis. We have a roadmap and we know exactly what to do. We have to make sure that we have cash. Cash is king. We have to right-size the organization. We renegotiated all our rents, all our leases, and to be prepared to continue for a while as a smaller, lean and mean company. So we have done all of that. We have not the habit, we have the history. We had 9/11, we had SARS, we had the financial crisis. So we follow the book once again. What is also very important during a crisis, and as we always say, a crisis is a good opportunity. The name of the game is gaining market share. You never should lose your long-term strategies out of sight, but short-term you have to be pragmatic, you have to look for opportunities, and the most important part is market share. During a crisis, the pie becomes smaller, and you have to make sure that at that moment you occupy a bigger share of that pie. And then once the crisis is over, and every crisis sooner or later comes to an end, then the pie becomes bigger again, and you keep on occupying that bigger share of the pie. And we have seen over and over in the past that we have the best years after a crisis. So we are looking forward for 2022, 2023, because these will be excellent years for our company and for our different brands.
That is true. After a crisis, of course, you can just reevaluate and take back market share and reinvent yourself, or even look at growth. So when we talk about market share and segmentation, how is that here in Oman and the Middle East?
The Middle East is a very specific area in the world, because it's the point where East meets West, and it has a number of dynamics, how people travel and how people come to this part of the world. And we look at the markets itself, and it's a very diverse market. All the small states, the cities, they have their own dynamics. But what is also very important is you have all these big airlines here, and these airports are also transit points. So we also have to make sure that we have the right presence at these transit points. So, and we have seen, and credit goes to the governments here, I would rate them as best in class for the way how they have handled COVID. When you look at it, they were among the first ones to start the vaccination. They are the leaders globally in the percentage of people that are vaccinated. They were the first ones to decide, let's live with it and make sure that the health system can cope with it.
And your presence here in Oman, is that now growing? Obviously, you're looking at growth here in Oman. You're looking at more establishing, or you are very established, but still establishing more foot in the ground here. How is that going to? What's your strategy there?
Well, our ambition is to grow in each and every market. We have a very, very good partner here in Oman with whom we have been working for decades. We know their teams, we know the owners of the company, and we share our visions. We nurture relationships. And why did we organize this meeting here in Oman? Because we thought it was the best place for our Middle East meeting. If we have to sit somewhere, come to Oman. It's easy to access, it's easy to reach. The facilities are world class.
Absolutely.
And we also see that all our partners, and they came from Nepal, they came from Kenya, they came from the region here, they all took efforts, despite there are still challenges to travel, but all of them took the effort to come here and finally sit again with us, discuss about plans. Our CEO, global CEO, unfortunately was not able to come, but he hosted a town hall yesterday evening, sharing the vision of the company, what has happened to us, how we managed the crisis, where we are today, and even more important, the vision for next year and years to come.
Absolutely.
Talking about our partners here in the Middle East, some of the partners, they are our partners since the 60s.
Oh my goodness, that's
50,
so great.
50 years that we are working with the same partner. So it started very often with the father. We see the second generation, and for some of them, it's now the third generation that we are working with.
That is not only well said, but that's a beautiful vision as a company to have. And as a brand, I think this is something that many people support. It is the way to the future. It is, of course, the way to lead, as you do as Samsonite, of course. So thank you so much for your time. I have been enlightened, and I really love the fact that I know a lot more about the brand. And thank you again for watching. And yeah, hopefully we'll see a lot more, and we'll hear a lot more here in the Middle East.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to repeat how we just ended our meetings here. After all the discussions that we had, after looking to all these exciting products that we are going to launch, the end conclusion of today is, for our company, for our brands, the best is yet to come.
I like that. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching TTV.